In the realms of horror and the supernatural, few concepts have captured the human imagination, quite like the undead, flesh-craving creature known as the zombie. From their roots in Haitian folklore to their modern-day pop culture dominance, zombies have evolved into a multifaceted phenomenon that transcends the boundaries of genre and medium. At their core, zombies are reanimated corpses, devoid of consciousness and driven by an insatiable hunger for living flesh. They represent our primal fears of death, disease, and the loss of individuality. Yet, their allure lies in the very uncertainty that surrounds them. What caused their reanimation, and what dark forces govern their existence? In this comprehensive exploration of the zombie phenomenon, we will explore the rich history and cultural significance of these undead beings, tracing their evolution from the shores of the Caribbean to the silver screen and beyond. Zombies, as we know them today, are the product of a complex fusion of cultural influences and artistic interpretations. Their origins can be traced back to the religious practices of the West African diaspora in Haiti, where the concept of the zombie as a soulless, reanimated corpse was deeply rooted in voodoo folklore. In Haitian mythology, a zombie was believed to be a deceased individual who had been revived through dark magic and forced into servitude by a powerful boka, or sorcerer. These traditional Haitian zombies were not flesh-eaters but rather mindless drones, stripped of their free will and forced to toil endlessly for their masters. It wasn't until the 1932 film White Zombie, directed by Victor Halperin, that the concept of the zombie was introduced to Western audiences. This seminal work marked the beginning of the zombie's journey into popular culture, laying the foundation for the countless reinterpretations and reinventions that would follow. Over time, the zombie archetype evolved, taking on new forms and characteristics that reflected the fears and anxieties of their respective eras. The classic horror film Zombies, popularized by George A. Romero's groundbreaking 1968 film Night of the Living Dead, embodied the mindless, shambling hordes of the undead, driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. As the zombie phenomenon grew in popularity, various subgenres and interpretations emerged, each offering a unique spin on the classic undead trope, classic slow-moving zombies. These are the iconic, lumbering zombies that we've come to associate with film directors following Romero's template for the living dead. Slow-moving and relentless, they shamble in hordes, overwhelming their victims through sheer numbers and persistence. The slow pace of these zombies heightens the sense of dread and tension, as survivors must carefully navigate their way through a world overrun by the undead. Fast, aggressive zombies. Making their debut in 80s films like Return of the Living Dead, and later crystallized in Zack Snyder's 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead, these zombies are anything but sluggish. They move with lightning speed and ferocious aggression, making them formidable adversaries. This interpretation adds a new level of intensity and fear to the zombie mythos, as the traditional safety of distance is no longer a guarantee. Voodoo zombies. Rooted in Haitian folklore, these zombies are the product of dark magic and sorcery. Unlike their flesh-craving counterparts, voodoo zombies are mindless slaves, robbed of their free will and forced to do the bidding of their boka masters. Films like White Zombie and The Serpent and the Rainbow explore this interpretation, offering a chilling glimpse into the world of voodoo mysticism. Viral or rage zombies. In this modern take on the genre, the zombies are not undead, but rather living humans infected by the spread of a highly contagious virus or pathogen. This was the premise behind 28 Days Later and the Resident Evil franchise. This concept adds a touch of scientific plausibility to the zombie apocalypse scenario. Supernatural and occult zombies. Some interpretations portray zombies as the product of dark magic, necromancy, ancient curses, or even demonic possession. Examples include the Rec film series and The Evil Dead. These zombies often possess unique abilities or vulnerabilities, adding an extra layer of complexity to the traditional zombie narrative. Comedic zombies. While most zombie narratives are rooted in horror and suspense, some films and TV shows have embraced the comedic potential of the undead. From the cult classic Shaun of the Dead to the irreverent Zombieland, these tongue-in-cheek zom-coms offer a refreshing blend of humor and horror. The rise of zombies in popular culture has been a fascinating journey, one that has seen the undead transition from obscure folklore to mainstream phenomenon. Let's trace the evolution of zombies through the decades, exploring the key works and cultural influences that have shaped our collective fascination with the undead horde. Early origins and folktales. While the concept of the zombie has existed in Haitian folklore for centuries, it was not until the early 20th century that the idea began to gain traction in Western popular culture. One of the earliest known references to zombies in fiction can be found in W.B. Seabrook's 1929 book The Magic Island, which explored the practice of voodoo and the concept of the reanimated dead. The 1932 film White Zombie. Directed by Victor Halperin, White Zombie is widely regarded as the first zombie film and a seminal work in the genre. Loosely based on Seabrook's book, the film introduced Western audiences to the concept of the Haitian zombie, a mindless slave reanimated through dark magic. While not a commercial success at the time, White Zombie planted the seeds for the zombie's eventual rise to pop culture prominence. George A. Romero and the birth of the modern zombie. It was George A. Romero's 1968 masterpiece Night of the Living Dead that truly revolutionized the zombie genre and cemented its place in popular culture. Romero's zombies were not the mindless slaves of Haitian folklore but rather ravenous, flesh-craving ghouls, driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. The film's shocking violence and social commentary struck a chord with audiences, paving the way for a wave of zombie films and cementing Romero's status as the godfather of the modern zombie film. The rise of the zombie apocalypse. Following the success of Night of the Living Dead, the zombie genre experienced a resurgence in the late 20th century, with films like Dawn of the Dead in 1978 and Day of the Dead in 1985, exploring the concept of a full-scale zombie apocalypse. These films tapped into the fears and anxieties of the time, using the zombie horde as a metaphor for societal collapse, consumerism, and the fragility of human civilization. The zombie renaissance. The turn of the 21st century ushered in a new era of zombie popularity, with the undead invading every corner of popular culture. Films like 28 Days Later and the Resident Evil franchise introduced new interpretations of zombies, while zomcoms like Shaun of the Dead and Zombieland offered fresh, humorous takes on the genre. The Walking Dead and the zombie zeitgeist. No discussion of the zombie renaissance would be complete without mentioning The Walking Dead, the wildly popular AMC television series that premiered in 2010. Based on the comic book series of the same name, The Walking Dead captivated audiences with its gripping storytelling, complex characters, and unflinching portrayal of a world overrun by the undead. The show's success solidified zombies as a cultural phenomenon, spawning numerous spin-offs, video games, and merchandise. Beyond film and television. The zombie craze has transcended the boundaries of film and television, infiltrating every corner of popular culture. From best-selling novels like World War Z by Max Brooks to zombie-themed video games like Left 4 Dead and Resident Evil, the undead have become a ubiquitous presence in our entertainment landscape. Even the world of comics and graphic novels has embraced the zombie mythos, with acclaimed series like The Walking Dead and Marvel Zombies attracting legions of fans. Beyond their role as entertaining horror icons, zombies have come to represent far more profound cultural and societal themes. Their enduring popularity can be attributed, in part, to their ability to serve as powerful metaphors for our deepest fears and anxieties. The fear of contagion and disease. At the heart of many zombie narratives lies the fear of contagion. The idea that a single infected individual can unleash an unstoppable pandemic that threatens to consume humanity. This concept taps into our primal anxieties surrounding disease, pandemics, and the fragility of our medical and societal defenses against such threats. The rapid spread of the zombie virus serves as a chilling reminder of how quickly order can descend into chaos in the face of an uncontrollable outbreak. The breakdown of social order. Zombie apocalypse narratives often depict the complete collapse of societal structures and the descent into lawlessness. As the undead hordes grow, governments crumble, and the thin veneer of civilization is stripped away, revealing the true nature of humanity. The zombies represent an environmental threat, but the real danger lies in the selfish and cruel choices made by people, once law and order breaks down. These narratives force us to confront our own vulnerabilities and question our ability to maintain order in the face of overwhelming chaos. The loss of individuality and free will. One of the most unsettling aspects of the zombie phenomenon is the notion of losing one's sense of self, of becoming a mindless, soulless husk driven purely by primal hunger. This concept speaks to our deepest fears of losing autonomy and free will, whether through physical or psychological means. The zombie serves as a potent reminder of the fragility of the human mind and the importance of maintaining our individuality in the face of external forces that seek to strip it away. The fear of the other. In many zombie narratives, the undead represent the other. A force that is fundamentally different from us, yet uncomfortably familiar. They are former friends, family members, and loved ones, now transformed into something utterly alien and threatening. This duality taps into our fears of the unknown and our inability to fully comprehend or empathize with that which we perceive as different or dangerous. The resilience of the human spirit. Despite the overwhelming horror and despair that permeates many zombie narratives, there is often an underlying theme of hope and the resilience of the human spirit. On the flip side of the earlier point about societal breakdown, survivors must band together, forge new communities, and find the strength to endure in the face of unimaginable adversity. These stories remind us of our capacity for courage, adaptation, and perseverance, even in the direst circumstances. From their origins in Haitian folklore to their current status as pop culture juggernauts, zombies have proven to be an enduring phenomenon. Their ability to evolve and adapt to changing cultural outlooks has ensured their relevance, allowing them to serve as powerful metaphors for our deepest fears and anxieties. Whether they shamble with agonizing slowness or sprint with terrifying aggression, zombies force us to confront our mortality, our vulnerability, and our capacity for both cruelty and resilience. As we continue to navigate the ever-changing landscape of popular culture, one thing is certain: the zombie phenomenon shows no signs of slowing down. These ravenous creatures will continue to haunt our nightmares, invade our screens, and serve as a potent reminder of the fragility of our existence and the unwavering strength of the human spirit.